Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Green Bay Packers franchise, Season 2, Week number 6, and there's a trade that has to be made. Week 6 is the trade deadline, and it's time to make a move. Ahman Green going to be like early 30s. Still a great piece to have on a team. I'm going to try to trade him to a team that's kind of relevant, but also it has to make sense for us. So he's 92 overall, second behind Brett Favre as far as top overalls on our offense. We need help on defense. I would also love to get a draft pick, but I think win now is the mentality. And looking at Keith Bulluck, 91 overall, 2 years left on this deal, just making $1.1 million each year from here on out. That's a pretty good deal. I was thinking about sending them our third and our second to make the trade work. They're playing hardball. I don't really like that. I was like, give me a first. They're like, no. Give me a second. No. Give me a second and a third. They're like, no. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. How is this trade going to work? So then I tried to shop around Ahman Green to other teams. I saw that the Chargers had a good outside linebacker making less than $1 million. 2 years left on his deal, but he's a rookie. Most teams don't trade good rookies. And then you got LaDainian Tomlinson, 97 overall, Singleton, 83 overall. They drafted him in the first round, so they probably don't need a running back. Looking at the Raiders, they do need a running back, but there's nobody on defense that I'm willing to give up Ahman Green for. Maybe Charles Woodson, but he's just 84 overall. Then I tried to do a mega deal. I'll give you my second, Al Harris, Ahman Green for Bullock, and Chris Brown in your third, and the Titans are like, no, that's not going to work. But they will accept Ahman Green for Bullock, our second for their third. When it comes to running backs for the Tennessee Titans, they still got Chris Brown, as you saw. They still have Eddie George. Both backs are below 80 overall, so I think this trade makes sense from a realistic standpoint. Ricky Williams from Texas Tech, 4 years in the NFL. We're going to sign him. 74 overall, 90 overall speed. I think he's the best running back. I don't think he is the best running back available in free agency. And he will be our starter. Najee Davenport says 69 overall. We will replace Niall Diggs. Niall Diggs has a habit of running alongside the running backs instead of going to make the tackle. I don't like that. Nobody should like that. A linebacker is supposed to attack the ball carrier, not run alongside and share stories and all that good stuff. So we end up signing Ricky Williams to a 2-year deal, and I will end up swapping Hannibal with Bullock. Hannibal's on the left side, Bullock is on the right side, because Hannibal is our nickel linebacker as well, alongside Barnett. Let's go to Week 6, see the winners and losers. That was our bye week. Broncos beat the Texans. Buffalo, they end up beating those Miami Dolphins. The Vikings finally get their second win of the season, 21-17, a victory for them over those New York Football Giants. The Falcons, they win, but they lose big. I'll explain. Cesar Lawrence is a outside linebacker. I believe he's a rookie free agent. He's going to sign a 2-year deal because Keith Newman is going to be out for the season. A collapsed lung. Ouch. Can you breathe? I don't think so. Tony Richardson, fullback, he's going to be out for the next 5 weeks with a pulled hamstring. Mike Doss of those Indianapolis Colts, he broke his ankle. He's out for 10 weeks as well. Mike Rucker, defensive end, broken vertebrae. He has a chance to come back. And you see P.J. Sanders, he's out for he's out for the season. That's our punter. But I like Longwell playing punter and kicker for us, so hopefully it doesn't go south. The Joe Flacco Bowl. Okay, maybe not exactly the Joe Flacco Bowl, but it's the Cincinnati Bengals versus those Cleveland Browns. A beautiful pass there, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown. John Kitna led the way for the Bengals. 37-27 is the final in Cleveland. The Cardinals, they put hands on the Detroit Lions. That helps us, as the Lions are now sitting at 3-2. The Ravens beat the Saints. The Saints are 3-3. The Ravens are 3-2. The Raiders, they take care of those San Diego Chargers. Both teams sit right at 500. Now let's head to the Windy City. The Bears taking on the New York Jets. A short kick is going to be recovered and fielded, or I should say fielded, by the up man, and it's Lamb putting on the Jets. And Lamb is going to take it to the crib. Touchdown, New York. And the Jets will get the job done, 31-24 versus those Chicago Bears, who have now lost 2 games in a row and find themselves below 500. The 49ers beat the Jaguars. Both teams are sitting at 4-2. Niners win 27-9. And then you have Ahman Green's debut as a Titan. Eddie George still got his, and Ahman Green got his. And he also has the most touchdowns in the league. Rams, they fall to Washington. And now let's head to Pittsburgh. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's going to be Joey Porter showing his son how to intercept those passes, break a tackle, and take it to the crib. Why don't you high step like Dion? He ain't going to do that. But that's a touchdown. The Bucs 0-5. The Steelers 41-28 victory for them as they march on to 3-2. The Cowboys are 0-5 after their loss. That's the team that we take on. We cannot lose to them. We want to put some distance between us and the rest of the division. Those are your prime time players. Our defense is now 77 overall. Offense, 91 overall. Took a little bit of a dip without Ahman Green, but I believe it was like a 5. I want to say our offense was like 96, 95, 94, around that range. I know our defense was at 70. So it's a higher swing defensively and not that big of a loss offensively as far as the overall rating. Keith Bulluck, you're not Parsons. Get your hand out the dirt, man. You're not rushing the passer like that. Anyways, it is what it is. It's the Cowboys. It's the Packers. Live from Lambeau Field. It's Joey Galloway. Going to take it up to the 15, to the 20. Brought down by Al Harris at the 23-yard line. Galloway back in town wearing number 85. I formation, tied into the left side. That's Jason Witten. They run the ball with Julius Jones in that linebacking core. Might get an upgrade with Keith Bulluck. I would think so, as Barnett gets in there for the stop. The Cowboys are going to be without Kason and Mitchell for this ball game. 2nd down and 6. Quincy Carter going to fire it upfield. Caught by Musa Muhammad. He was traded last year to the Cowboys, had a big impact last year for them, trying to do the same here as they're still looking for their first victory. Hannibal gets the stop on Julius Jones. Julius Jones, 2nd year running back out of Notre Dame. The Cowboys could have been a landing spot. They got Dexter Coakley in that win, but I thought Keith Bulluck was the better option as Hannibal making plays. And that's when I was like, yo, maybe we need to switch this. Because I saw Hannibal in that nickel as well. And I was like, if Keith Bulluck over there with those opportunities, he's going to wrap everybody up and he ain't going to miss a single tackle. You feel me? 3rd down and 7. Play fake. Quincy Carter takes a shot deep. Picked off. Roman steps in front of it. And we make the biggest play so far. I mean, the game just started. But we do force the first mistake of the ball game. Quincy Carter can just throw his helmet in disgust. Roman, big time play right there. Definitely not the same safety as Jason Sehorn was for us last year, but that's a big play. Rookie Williams, first carry, turns it upfield, and he's able to get 4 yards. That's a pretty good gain. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. We're going to run the ball with him here again. There's a flag down, and it's that dreaded clipping. Clipping isn't good in this game because it takes away all your players' rushing yards. Whoever's in the game for the clip, it's going to give that running back the penalty. So he has like negative 15 yards rushing now. It's ridiculous. That pass is dropped by Driver, who made the penalty last play. Now it's 3rd down and 21. Brett Favre steps up in the pocket, throws it deep. Walker's wide open, makes the catch, and finally brought down at around the 40-yard line. Move those chains for the Green Bay Packers. Go, Pack, go. You give Brett Favre some time. You let him step up in the pocket. Let him do his thing. Beautiful pass to Javon Walker. Don't know how he got that wide open. But he did, and we got ourselves a 1st down in Cowboys territory. Davenport gets his first carry. You expect them to get a heavier workload without Ahman Green in our backfield. 2nd down and 9. After that 1-yard pickup, we throw it to the left side, looking for a Driver and Eric Kelly. He's there to bat that thing away. And now the Cowboys have us backed up 3rd down and 9 from the 40-yard line. Gonna roll out with Favre. Still rolling. And he throws it on the run, and the accuracy is just now there, looking for Burt Stone. But it will be incomplete. We're gonna punt this one away to Dallas. They take over from their own 20. But they're going to run the ball, and there goes Keith Bulluck with the tackle. And there goes Keith Bulluck out of the game. What a trade. What a trade. 2nd down, 10 yards to go now. We get some pressure from Strickland, our first pick in this past year's draft. And he forces Quincy Carter to throw the football away. Quick pass over to Jason Witten, and Witten is going to pick up a fresh set of downs there. So the Cowboys are on the move with a 1st down. Quincy Carter, more interceptions than touchdowns. A lot to be desired here from your passing attack. But that was a good pass to Witten. They give the ball to Julius Jones, brought down by about 3 Packers defenders. Picks up 4 yards there. I formation again for the Cowboys. Throwing it downfield, looking for Musa Muhammad, and that pass will fall incomplete. Third down and 6. Quincy Carter gonna tuck it and run it. Quincy Carter has a first down and then some. The Georgia Bulldog going to use his legs to pick up a fresh set of downs for the Cowboys, and the drive shall continue. Going to send a blitz. They're going to run away from the blitz, and they're going to pick up a nice gain. We sent Sharper on the blitz, but they run to the opposite side, and they pick up 8. Big house or full house backfield, and there goes Hannibal, just stopping them. And that's a big stop to end the first quarter of play. So 0-0 is the score as we head to the second quarter. Third down and 2 for the Cowboys. Single back look. Quincy Carter going to go to the air, fires it deep, and it's picked off by Sharper. Sharper to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, being chased from behind and caught as he crosses midfield. And now Sharper appears to be shaken up. So we lose Keith Bullock. Now we lose Darren Sharper, and these are the 2 best guys on our defense. So Brett Favre going to drop back the pass. We could use some points on this drive. That pass dropped by Javon Walker. And now it's second down and 10. They're going to stack the box. We're going to run the ball anyway. And we're going to pick up about 2 yards, and that's going to set up third down and 8. It was Ellis with the stop. So on third and 8, we're going to spread things out. Favre steps up in the pocket. He decides to keep it, slides down, and has a Packers first down. Move those chains. I mean, when you see an opening like that, and the passing game ain't clicking, we just completed 1 pass so far this ball game, you're going to have to use your feet and improvise, and that's exactly what Brett Favre does as we're on the fringes of field goal range. First down and 10. Favre, under some pressure, gets smacked. The ball comes loose. Clifton recovers it. He allowed the man to get in there for the sack, but at least he jumped on the football. Second down and 19, going to run the ball. Williams, and he's loose. To the 40, 35, gets past the original line of scrimmage, +3. So it's going to be third down and 7 as Sharper appears to be in a whole lot of pain. I mean, it couldn't happen to a better person, right? Favre looking downfield. That pass intercepted. Eric Kelly with the pick, and he's loose. 40, 30, and I don't think there's a man that's going to catch him. Eric Kelly inside the 20. Touchdown Cowboys on a pick 6. The Dallas defense makes the play that puts the first points on the scoreboard. Eric Kelly with some, it looked to be open. The pass was slightly behind Walker. And then I don't like that animation where Brett Favre is just swinging his arm in disgust, and I can't use him until he's done with that animation. Because I could have caught him as they missed the PAT. See, ball don't lie. I would have caught him with Brett Favre. Okay, maybe not. Anyways, we find ourselves down by 6. Our offense has looked flat, to say the least. We're missing Amon Green, obviously. That pass incomplete. Favre is 1 of about, 7? It's just ugly. 1 of 7 so far today. Second down and 10. We're going to run the ball with Williams. He cuts it up, and he's actually looked pretty good. But would Amon Green do a better job? We can't look at his numbers because, again, the penalty took away all of his yards because it's a glitch. But when it comes to him running the ball, he looks pretty decent. We're going to throw this one to Javon Walker, and Walker is loose down the sideline, cuts it back, and gets brought down by Roy Williams. So that's a first down for the Packers as we cross midfield. Can this drive end with some points? That winner's like, no. Texas A&M is in the building. Would it do Favre? And Favre was like, I'll punch you in the face. Favre is bigger than that win. I mean, that's not surprising. But as a linebacker, he plays big. Looking downfield, Favre rolls left, throws it right, caught by Driver, brought down by Kelly and Hunter, and that's going to be a first down. Move those chains. We got some good protection this time. How do we know? Because Favre didn't get sacked. And we throw a strike caught by Driver, and now we are in prime position for some points. Will it be a touchdown? Will it be a field goal? Or will we mess it all up? We're going to run the ball, and then there goes Boulware. Boulware gets a stop after a gain of just 1. Looking good in that 28. Going to run the ball with Williams, and Williams going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Third down and 12 now. Rolling right is Favre. Sets his feet. Throws it to Nunez, and the rookie able to get both feet in bounds. Makes a beautiful catch. That gives us a fresh set of downs, first and goal. Give it to Williams here. He's going to cut it up and get brought down by Dexter Coakley. Now we're going to go to the air. Favre's going to keep it. Favre going to get popped as he gets down to the 1-yard line. And now it's third and goal. Williams is the deep back. When they give it to him, follows his fullback and has his first Green Bay Packer touchdown. From the couch to the end zone goes Ricky Williams, the Texas Tech Red Raider. So 7-6 is the score. They got 9 seconds on the clock. Galloway inside his own 10 up past the 20 and brought down at the 24-yard line. So they're going to run the ball with Julius Jones, and there goes Keith Bullock, number 54, is back out there, makes the stop, and that is going to take us to the second half, or to halftime, I should say. We have twice as many yards as them. They've also turned the ball over twice as much, but we're down, or we're up by just one. Yeah. And we've only lost one game, and the the Dallas Cowboys haven't won a single game this season. So we're kind of in the twilight zone, but hey, a 7-6 ball game is a 7-6 ball game. Quincy Carter, he will make the first blunder of the game, throwing it right to Roman, and he plays for the Packers, so that's an interception. And then we would do a little something with it. We will find Javon Walker, and this will be our first completion and our lone completion for a very, very long time. And we will not score on that possession. The Cowboys will get the ball back just to do the same thing they did on their first drive, and that's throw a pick. This time Sharper would take it, and then he would get taken out of the ball game by that tackle. And then the first points come on a Brett Favre touchdown interception. Eric Kelly stepped in front of that, and he took it to the crib. Williams got some speed, though. He almost caught him. I mean, he didn't have the right angle, but that's okay. Geometry wasn't his major. So at this point, we're down by 6 because they will miss the PAT. And then we will find Walker again. At this moment in time, his second catch will give him a grand total of 77 yards. We'll find Nunez later. And then, of course, we'll punch it in for a touchdown. That will give us a 1-point lead. Your primetime hero, halftime hero for Boomer is Eric Kelly. 1 pick, 1 tackle, 1 touchdown. Let's head to the second half. We're going to get the football first. Najee Davenport from his own 5 up to the 15, up to the 20. And it's going to be a bowling ball to the 25-yard line. And we are in first place in the North. We want to keep that going. We want to separate ourselves from the Detroit Lions, who haven't won in the division. That one loss was by us. So that's a good look as far as the standings are concerned. Ricky Williams gets the carry here. Not the best blocking play. The Cowboys do have an 86th overall defense, so they're one of the better defenses in the league. That offense is horrible, as we can see and as we well know. But we do make the catch right there with Driver. That's going to be his, I believe, second catch so far today. 30 catches, 4 touchdowns, 557 yards so far this season for DD. First down, we're going to get that thing to Williams again. Good blocking this time, able to pick up 6 yards. Like I said, I'm not the best at running the ball in this game, so I felt like the drop-off wouldn't be that significant from Ahman Green to Ricky Williams in the game. I ain't talking about real life, okay? Get that out your head. 3rd down and 5. Brett Favre going to step up. I hesitate, but I'm like, nope, let's run it. And it works out for a first down. Move those chains. We got to pull out all the stops because we cannot lose to the Dallas Cowboys. We just can't do it. Not to a team that hasn't won a single game. We can't be there first. We're going to run the ball up the gut. Going to be a gain of 5. Ricky Williams doing his thing. I'm pretty impressed with him so far. And then right here, got hit at the line of scrimmage, but able to power through the contact and pick up a first down. I feel like Ahman Green would have got stopped short. I don't know why I feel that way, but like a lot of these runs that Ahman Green would get the same animation, it would be like a gain of 1. For him, it's a gain of 3. I don't know. It's kind of funky, but I'm going to take it. 3rd down and 7 after that pass is dropped by Walker. Good coverage by Kelly, excuse me. That pass will fall incomplete, and now we got to set up the punt team led by Mr. Longwell. And we're going to try to pin them inside the 5. Can we do it? Going to angle this kick, and we angled it just right. They're going to be inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. They're going to run the ball with Julius Jones, though. He's going to take it up the gut, and he's loose. No Sharper in the secondary, and the blocking up front was perfect. And by the time that he got past the second level, the game was over. The game meaning this play. So they're going to take it to the crib with a 97-yard touchdown run by Julius Jones. That's a beautiful play by him. And they will kick the PAT, and the kick will be up and good. But just check out the replay. The blocking was perfect. The O-line was able to get to the second level, and then when he passed the second level, it was a wrap. Nobody in our secondary is going to catch him. Not going to happen. We have West out there who's a backup strong safety who he got with the trade from the Niners. And he's really there for special teams purposes. He ain't supposed to get no playing time, but Sharper done let us down. Anyways, Davenport up to the 20-yard line. Gonna run the man over. I guess he's frustrated with the lack of carries for him so far. They just one carry for the big fella from Miami. First down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Can we put a drive together? We're going to run the ball with Williams. And Williams will pick up a gain of 3. And now it's going to be second down and 7 as we spread things out. And we're going to go to the air. Brett Favre, with time, he decides to tuck it and run it. And he's going to pick up another first down. Going to get popped by Kelly. And it's going to be a first down for the Green Bay Packers. Move those chains, Mr. Brett Favre. Going to run the ball here with with Ricky Williams, who gets brought down by Kelly. Kelly's been on the mind because he picked us off and he victimized us. I'm not liking it. Favre going to tuck it and run it. He's going to get brought down by after a gain of around 6 yards. So third down and 4. Brett Favre thrown it to the left side. Got Henderson wide open. Runs Kelly over. And then powers through Dexter Coakley for a Packers fresh set of 10. And here goes our leading pass catchers. It's Walker for 2 and Driver for 2 as well. First down and 10, going to spread things out. Favre steps up, and he's just not going to waste time. When your game ain't what it should be, you have to improvise. The shot's not falling, pass it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Favre is doing, using his feet to get the job done. Fourth quarter, second down and 1. We fire it. That pass will be caught by Walker. Takes a big hit from Roy Williams. Hangs on to the football. His third catch, 91 yards so far today. Can we punch this one into the end zone? First down and 10. 2 tight ends to the left. Going to look to the right side. Firing it deep as Favre. And that pass broken up, intended for Walker. But good coverage there. And now it's going to be second down and 10. I formation. Going to run the ball Williams. Williams gets brought down by Roy Williams. Oklahoma versus Texas Tech. Third down and 7. Favre dropping back. Decent protection. Fires it to the right side. Caught. Martin brought down at the 1. That's going to save a touchdown. And the Packers are at the door knocking. First down and goal. Out formation. 2 tight ends in the formation. 22 personnel. And Williams gets brought down. So I seen enough. Let's put in the big fella. Let's see if he can get a yard. Second down and goal. We give it to Najee Davenport. Touchdown. Green Bay powers through Marcellus Wiley for a touchdown. That is going to tie this thing up. The PAT will be up and good. Najee Davenport is going to give us the lead with that touchdown run there. So it's going to be Galloway inside the 10. Galloway to the 20, 25. Breaks a tackle from Martin and brought down at the Dallas 30-yard line. Split back look. Quincy Carter going to roll right. Sets his feet, throws it back the other way. Caught by Anderson, and they're going to say he got both feet in bounds. Second down and 7 now. They're going to run the ball with Jones, and Jones going to get brought down by Keith Bullock, and that saves a touchdown and maybe saves a bigger run than that. 10 carries, a buck, 19 for him, and a touchdown. Third down and 3 now. Split back look. They're going to run the ball with Jones, who gets absolutely annihilated. Keith Bullock. If he does nothing else this season, the trade was worth it just to see that play right there. Save the first down on back-to-back plays, and we force a 3 and out. I mean, hey, it worked out on that series of plays. Will it work out long-term? I do not know. Looking downfield, Favre going to dive for the first down and pick up a first down. Move those chains for Brett Favre. We're trying to protect our 1-point lead. 2:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. And there goes Williams, gets away from that win and picks up a decent gain. So it's going to be second down and 8 with 2 minutes on the clock. And to go to the air, Brett Favre steps up, throws it to Bubba Franks. That's a first down, and the Cowboys got to burn their first timeout. They have 2 left. Brett Favre completed 50% of his passes so far. Will we go back to the air at some point? Davenport going to get brought down by that win, and that will be a gain of 3. Second down and 7. Davenport going to get popped by Marcellus Wiley. And now it's third down and 8. And we will go to the air. Brett Favre steps up, hesitates again, puts the juke move on Casper the Friendly Ghost, and he's going to have a first down. Whenever we get the animation, please believe I'm trying to step up just to throw the ball downfield, and I just cross the line of scrimmage. I do too much, and it doesn't work out. But it works out because then we can run the ball for a first down. An ugly win in Keith Bulluck's debut. He played well, though. Had a handful of tackles, did get injured, but came back in the ball game showing some toughness. And I do think that trade was the right trade. I did look around the league to try to find trades that made sense, and I think this was the one that made the most sense. Eddie George, again, like 78 overall, I want to say. I believe Chris Brown's around 76 overall. And then we get Ricky Williams, who's 72 overall, I believe. So I think we made the right choice to help this team to try to win a Super Bowl this year. The future outlook, I think, is decent. As you see Julius Jones take it to the crib, that's the biggest play of the game right there. But we were able to drive down the field and, of course, get our get back. And then after this touchdown, Keith Bulluck had a back-to-back tackles that stopped Julius Jones from getting a first down, and that was basically all she wrote there. And then Brett Favre needed his right arm to do work to keep the drive alive, and we did that. That took us beyond the 2-minute warning, and we'll milk the clock from there. But as far as the future goes, Keith Bulluck, he's young. He has another year under his contract after this season. So I think he could lead our defense to some great things. Brett Favre could stick around until he's like 40-something years old. He's under contract for, I think, the next 7 years, I want to say. So, yeah, the future, who knows what the draft is going to turn out. But I think the guys on the squad are the right guys moving forward. That's going to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I do hope that the rest of the day is the best of the day. Too many to get my friends. Peace, love.
Hi, sauce.